Hello grade 5, we're just going to recap some of the multiples and factors. So our learning intention is we are learning how multiples are like multiplication and factors are like division. So when you come in, continue the first 6 multiples of the numbers. So if you get a little bit confused what multiples are, just think it sounds like multiplication. So here's an example here. I have 2. So the multiples of 2, the first one would be 2, because 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. So they are the first 6 multiples of 2. My next one would be 14, 16, and so on. So when you come in tomorrow, multiples of 5, the first one, just think of 5 times 1 would be 5. 5 times 2 would be 10, and so on. So remember, the multiples of 5, it's always going to end in 5 or 0. Always 5 or 0. And you've got 4, 8, so on. And same with these ones here, 3, 9, 7, 12. So your first multiple will be exactly what is written here. And you continue that pattern. Over this side, we've got write all the factors of these numbers. So I'm going to put some numbers here. So factors are the division. So what fits into a number evenly? So here's an example. I've got 16. So the multiples, the factors, what fits, F for factors, F4 fits into 16. So think of that. So here's 16. And the obvious ones you want to think of, use that number, and always there's going to be times 1. Okay, so if the number was 5, the factors of 5 would be 5 times 1. Is there anything else? In that case, 5. No, you can't have 2 times 2.5. It needs to be a whole number. So in this case, I've got 16. Straight away, you're going to put 1 and 16, which is 1 and 16. Sometimes you might see a little line that joins it. You know, think of the number, what's an even number? So 2 will always be a factor of this particular one. 2 times what is 16? 2 times 8. And there's one more factor, which is 4. And I know 4 times 4 equals 16. But we only just write 1 4. We don't put 4 and a 4. Just 4 times itself. So the 16 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factors. Okay, let's look at another couple. Factors of 10. Straight away, the obvious one would be 1 and itself. 1 times 10. 1, 10. It's an even number, so that means 2 is going to fit into it. 2 times what is 10? 2 times 5. And obviously we want to put these in the correct order. I guess we're looking at humanities in chronological order. 1, 2, 5, 10. Doesn't matter if you wrote it like that, that's correct. But if they ask you to put it in a certain sequence or a certain particular order, this would be your best one. With these ones here, when you go to grade 6, you're going to learn about factor trees. 10. Okay. We don't use 1, because 1 times 10 is not going to break it down. In this case, I'm going to use 2 and 5. 2 and 5, because 2 times 5 is 10. 2 is known as a prime number. 5 is also a prime number, which means there are only 2 factors, 1 and itself. 1 and itself. So in this case, you'd actually circle that. That's the end of that factor tree, prime numbers. If I do this one though, 12, think of the factors of 12. Okay. Remember, 1 and itself, 1 and 12. It's an even number, so I can do 2. 2 times what is 12? 6. Anything else? 3 times 4. Okay, so if I put this in the correct order, it would then look like 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Now if I was going to do a factor tree, I don't use 1, which means, oh, I forgot 12, not 8. 8's not a factor, Mr. Blair. It's 12, not 8. So in this case, we don't use 1 or 12, the biggest or the smallest one. I could either use 2 and 6, because 2 times 6. Now 2 is a prime number, and a prime number is only divisible by 1 and itself. So the factors of 2 are 2 and 1, or 1 and 2. 6, I think, what are the factors of 6? And I know 1 and itself, 1 times 6. There's another couple of factors, 2 times 3. So what I do, I keep that branching it off. So then I put 2 and 3. And this is the end of my factor tree, because they are now broken down to their prime numbers. 6, 12, 10, they are composite numbers, which means they're divisible by more than 2 numbers. So end of a prime number, I put a circle. And if I wanted to check, I could do 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 times 3, it's 12. So I did 2 and 3. No, I did 2 and 6. If I actually did 12, if I started with 12 and chose 3 and 4, I could end up with the same, 3 and 4. 3 is a prime number because it's divisible by only 1 and itself. It's a prime number, I circle it, it's the end of that. 4, the factors are 4, 1 and itself, and 2. So 2 times 2, prime numbers. And again, 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. That's to double check your work. Now, we're not needing to worry about factor trees yet, but I thought you should know what that all is. So if I chose another number, 9. Now I purposely chose 9. 9, it's an odd number, so I can't divide it by 2. Clearly the first ones I'll be thinking of is 1 and itself, 1 and 9. Is that the end? Anything else that can fit into 9? 3. It's an odd number, but 3 can fit into it. So 3 times itself. Remember, we only just put the 1 3 and then 9. Okay. So that is the factors of 9. What about the factors of 13? 1 and 13? Nothing else, because that's all there is. So this 13 is a prime number. 7 is a prime number because only 1 and itself multiplied will equal 7. The other way I could say it, 7 is divisible by only 1 and itself. Makes it a prime number. 3 or more numbers, 3 or more factors makes it a composite shape. Composite number. So these are the ones I'm going to give you. Let's go with 14, 18, 30, and 21. Okay, so write all the factors of these 4 numbers. Got some clues, you can watch the video again. Good luck to you and your family.